Good afternoon, everyone. Thought I'd do a quick pond update since I was down at the dam and had a look. And what's that doing there? That is not where I put it. That is a canna lily that I put over there. Oh my goodness, that sun is really bright. Wow. Let's turn the camera around so that you can see what I'm talking about a bit better maybe. That canna lily does seem to be doing okay. Like the new shoots anyway. The ones that are laying down in the water, not so great. But the ones that are sticking up, the new shoots, they seem to be doing really well. And let's go have a look at the other one. This one has actually stayed put. And all of its new shoots seem to be doing really, really well. All the old leaves are doing badly. But the new shoots are all doing fantastically, which I'm really quite pleased about. Not sure what's happening with this one. That looks like it's kind of dead. I'm not sure if that's canna lily or whether that's one of the taro. I don't know. Time will tell. And a lot of stuff that I've actually put in here is actually either fallen over or blown over to the other side of the dam. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all progresses. But let's go have a look over there, which is where I plan to put a lot of the pots. So the plan with the dam is still a little bit fluid. We're not 100% certain what we're doing, but first thing I'm doing is working on creating a habitat. I know I do want fish in here at some point, but not at the moment, because at the moment I know that there are a lot of turtles in the dam, and I don't know if you can see that. That is one of the taros that I planted over there somewhere. Well, I didn't plant it, I just tossed it in the water really. But there's one of the taros, it's floated over here. Haven't noticed any shoots on it yet, but it may be too far in the water, so it might die. I don't know. I might try and drag it out a little bit so it's got a little bit of oxygen getting to it. But so the main thing I'm working on at the moment is actually producing and creating a habitat for aquatic life. So I don't want to go putting anything in there until it actually has a habitat to be able to actually live in, because it needs to have something to hide in from predators, and it needs to be able to have something where that it can eat and it can feed on. So at the moment there is lots of little bugs in there and all that sort of stuff, but I want to make it so that there's more of a habitat in there for the different aquatic life. Oh, check out what's over there. Can you see it over there? I know if I get much closer, they're just going to fly away. Some wild ducks. They're not happy that I'm here. If I move too much because I've zoomed in as much as I have, you're not going to be able to see anything. There's some lovely wild ducks that we've got on the property, which is always lovely. And I want to be able to create more of a habitat for the wildlife as well as for the animals that I want here as well. So yeah, off they go. So let's look down here. How's this all going? So that taro is not doing too badly. It's not doing too badly at all. It's got some new shoots on it. Of course, my shadow's right in the way. That canna lily is doing really well. I really need to, because even the canna lily I could take out and separate. I don't think there's much taro in there to separate. I'll try and get my shadow out of the road. The brahmi is doing okay. I'm not sure what that is. Don't know, but I could definitely take it out and propagate it. This has got a whole heap of new shoots, and I'm pretty sure it's a type of lily. It probably should be further in the water, so in the deeper water. That looks like there's a ladybug floating next to it. I don't think you can see that. Can you see that? I can't zoom in on it enough to make it so that you can see what it is. I think it's a lady beetle. Anyway, this is doing fantastically. It's got a whole heap of new shoots on it, and I can definitely, I think it might be an arrowhead. I'm not sure if you know what this is, let me know. but I can definitely take that apart and propagate it. But it really is having the time and the capacity at the moment to be able to do these sorts of things. But there's all sorts of interesting things happening down here and lots of things to observe. There's a lot of movement in this water at the moment. I mean, it looks like it's raining, but it's not. It's tadpoles. Can you see them? There's lots of little tadpoles. And see, I want to create habitat for these tadpoles. And I should probably plant some more things along here for the tadpoles to live in. Maybe even pop some of the canna lilies along here. But yeah, look at the tadpoles. Lots of tadpoles. Oh, the dragonfly. And I had a friend over yesterday and she was looking at these plants, these grasses that are coming out. She said, yep, definitely reeds, which is awesome. It's just what I wanted. Really pleased about that. Yes, I don't know where the other taros have gone. Looks like there's one maybe over there, maybe. But, I mean, they're just floating around in the dam. Oh, dear. But yeah, so I'm thinking of, like that, I mean, that tree's dead, so I need to plant something different there. And up there's dead as well, so I can plant something different there. So I'm thinking maybe some mulberries. Mulberries like having wet feet. Even bananas like wet feet. If you can think of any good trees that like wet feet, but can also cope in dry, because this area does dry out. When we first moved in here, you could actually walk across there, but the water was quite low then, and we've got a nice full dam now. Pond, dam, whatever you want to call it, body of water on the property, which is great. So we've got lots of ideas of things we want to do in it, and we definitely want to be able to have fish in here. So first step is creating the habitat for animals to live in before we actually introduce the animals. And it'd probably be okay putting silver perch in here at the moment. And this dam has had silver perch in the past. I'm reasonably certain there's no silver perch in here now. My understanding is silver perch will not breed in this sort of setup. So ideally I'd love to have something that would actually breed in there, but that is also edible. But I've also got to make it so that it's an Australian native. Otherwise I'm not allowed to put it in there. So no tilapia. Big fines if you put tilapia in your dam. Big fines if you have a tilapia. Dead or alive. Ah, dear. But really exciting to see how this is all working. And I mean, this is just going to be a perfect spot, because it's basically a swale that I've got here. So it's a perfect spot for me to plant trees along here, which is clearly what somebody in the past has decided to do. But some of the trees obviously did not survive the drought. There's just all sorts of life happening. But yeah, very interesting. Anyway, I hope you have a great day and you found that interesting. Oh, what's an ant's nest too? That's not fire ant though, which is really great. There's not supposed to be any fire ants in this area. Supposed to be. I don't know whether I always believe that sort of stuff, but I'm still keeping an eye out for them. But yeah, I really need to get these potted back up. It's just a matter of time, energy, and capacity to move well at the time. The new shoots on the browmie definitely seem to be doing well. And browmie is a edible herb, a medicinal herb, which is really good for brain function. So yes. And taro is can be used as a good source of carbohydrate. So it can be used like a potato. Not that I have done this yet, but I have plans. And I was having a walk across that way yesterday, and there's lots of little gum trees coming up, which is great. You never know, one day I might have a koala on the property, or two. It'd be nice, in some ways. But yes, because you don't want to pick up a koala. Koalas are they got nasty claws. Definitely not meant to be domesticated. Yes, really, really pleased with this, but look at the wind again. And this time it's blowing everything over that way. Last time it was blowing everything over that way. Anyway, it's good fun. And it's definitely interesting to observe what's happening out here. See what's growing and what's not growing. And it's going to be interesting to see what we can do with this dam and this property to future drought proof it. That's our plan. But that sort of stuff takes time. Takes time and money. And effort. So we'll get there. Baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the property was very heavily overgrazed when we purchased it, as you'd see in any of our older videos. So it's really interesting to see it coming back to life with the rain that we've had, which is fantastic. Although it is unseasonal rain. This area does not usually get rain at this time of year, not this much anyway. So a lot of places are not drying out the way they normally do. But yes, anyway, you have a great one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bless you.